Hello and welcome back to Kim Reads as we continue with stories from the Bible. The sacrifice. Abraham and his wife Sarah loved God. They worshipped him and obeyed him in all his ways. And yet Abraham and Sarah were sad because they had no children and now they were old. Abraham's obedience to God pleased him greatly. So God said to Abraham, "Sarah shall bear a child, a son." These two old people could hardly believe this wonderful news, but their faith in God was strong. They dared to hope they would be parents. Finally, their son Isaac was born, a fine, healthy child. Abraham and Sarah were overjoyed. Isaac grew tall and strong, and he too followed Abraham in his obedience to God. One day, God decided to test Abraham. He told Abraham that he must sacrifice his only son Isaac to him. With this out of his heart, Abraham roused his servants and told them to saddle his donkey. He told Isaac to prepare for a trip, and he himself cut enough wood to burn a large animal. He said that God wanted him to make a burnt sacrifice on Mount Moriah. They set off to the journey, which would take about 3 days. Abraham carried a knife, and one of the servants carried a fiery torch. The travelers reached Mount Moriah and climbed up some distance. When Abraham saw the altar not too far away, he called a halt. The two servants said, "Wait here with the donkey while my son and I go further up the altar to worship. Tie the wood onto Isaac's back. Give me a torch." Motioning Isaac forward with the knife, Abraham started again. "Father," said Isaac, "you have forgotten a lamb for the sacrifice." "Do not worry, my son," answered Abraham. "God will provide the sacrifice." When they reached the altar, Abraham untied the wood and spread it on the altar. But instead of looking around for an animal to sacrifice, he motioned Isaac to lie down on the altar. Very frightened, Isaac did so. He was lay perfectly still while his father tied him tightly to the wood altar. Abraham picked up a large knife from the stones that supported the propped-up torch. Drawing a deep breath, he walked steadily to the altar. With a knife held in the fist, he drew back his arm. Just as he was about to plunge the knife into Isaac's heart, God sent his angel to hold back Abraham's wrist. "Now God knows that you are truly obedient and love him above all else," said the angel. "Untie Isaac and live in happiness with a great reward to come." Just as Abraham had finished untying Isaac and were embracing him, they heard a sound behind them. They turned to see a ram struggling free, his horns cut from thick woody bushes where he was caught. "The Lord has provided," shouted Abraham with a joyous laugh. He and Isaac quickly caught the ram and tied it where Isaac had lain. Then, very solemnly, Abraham and Isaac made a burnt sacrifice offering to God. God's reward to Abraham was a promise that his descendants would be abundantly blessed and as numerous as the stars in the sky. There was indeed a great reward for a man who had great faith. And that's the end of that story. See you later.